highly sensitive and neurodivergent women are buying into the belief they have to earn their body, their success, and their results, and it is royally fucking them up. Has good girl conditioning got you? In this week's episode, we're going to be diving into the pains and challenges around good girl wounding and good girl conditioning, and how they're showing up today now in your body, your money, and your business, and royally burning you out. So, without further ado, let's dive in. Hi, loves. Welcome back to the show. So, this week's big fat topic is good girl conditioning. This has been coming up so much in therapy with clients over the last couple of weeks. And the big ones are normally it's not safe to relax, I need to struggle, I need to be useful, I'm not chosen, and it's not safe to be me. And when these beliefs show up unconsciously, remember, you can consciously know you're fucking awesome, but unconsciously, when these beliefs are running the show, we will buy into the story and the narrative that we're not doing enough, that we don't deserve it, that we have to put in more effort, more strategies, have more qualifications, and ultimately be more, do more to have more. But here's what I know to be true. We are born intrinsically worthy. No one looks at a tiny baby and goes, they don't deserve it. No one looks at a 3-year-old child who's figuring out the world and says they don't deserve it. But yet we move into the school system, we move into the education system, and we move into a world that says that we have to earn and deserve our rewards. That we have to, in order to get our pocket money, we have to do chores. In order to receive good grades, we have to work really hard. But truthfully, when you look at real life, when you look at real life entrepreneurs who created success, when you look at real life people who are deeply happy in marriage, none of that was about graft and struggle and sacrifice. That was all about becoming the person who had the thing. So let me break that down. The narrative of the world that's bought into so heavily by diet culture, by hustle culture, is that the harder we work, the better results we get. But I always love to use the example of nurses and teachers. They are some of the most hardworking people on this planet. They work in some of the most hardworking environments, and yet they are some of the most poorly paid. It is the best example and the best metaphor to show you and remind you that hard work, suffering, struggle, and sacrifice do not equal reward. Instead, what I really want to help you understand in this episode is that the results that we get in life are not rewards. They are not punishments. We did not deserve or undeserve things. That actually what we did was become a match for those things in that way. And as a result, we have to change who we are on an unconscious level in order to change our results. Good girl conditioning is showing up in your diet energy. It's showing up with your body. It's showing up with, oh, I need to be good this week. Oh, I'm being good. I'm making a low calorie choice. Oh, I'm going to be really good. I'm going to start again on Monday. I'm going to be good. I'm having a salad. And we think this is harmless. We think it's like, oh, you're being good. But what then happens is we get to the weekend and we're going to treat ourselves. We're going to treat ourselves to that glass of wine. We're going to treat ourselves to that chocolate cake. We're going to treat ourselves like we deserve it. And then we're going to punish ourselves come Monday because we didn't deserve it. And so we deserve the punishment because we ate too much cake at the weekend. We deserve the punishment and the struggle because we didn't eat the salads when we were supposed to. We deserve the grueling workout because we needed to earn those calories. And this deserving and earning energy is keeping women stuck in this struggle and sacrifice hamster wheel when it comes to their body. The truth is, your body doesn't respond to more stress. I mean, with my gorgeous friend Sarah last week, we literally recorded a workshop all about how weight loss does not equal calories in, calories out, and that less doesn't always mean less and more doesn't always mean more. And that how a body under chronic stress will literally preserve weight as its primary goal because it's literally trying to stay alive. So what then happens when you put it into this struggle, sacrifice, reward, punishment cycle is you end up creating more of it. You end up keeping yourself trapped in, I need to be struggling and sacrificing and it needs to be really fucking hard in order to get results. So then even though you want it to be easier, you want food freedom, you will make it so hard for yourself, you will make it struggle, you will make it sacrifice in order to get the results because we always get what we believe. We are always, always, always a self-fulfilling prophecy, my love, right? Whether you like it or not. And that's simply because we're 80 to 90% programmed by the time we're 30 years old. The programming of who we are, what we believe is possible, what we know to be true, culturally, societally, from our family, ends up becoming who we are, no matter how much personal development we do. Because personal development is working at the level of the idea, the conscious mind, the rational thinking mind, but you're programming who you believe you are, what is normal, what is safe, is living in the unconscious. And this happens in early years of our childhood. So when we go through a schooling system that teaches us reward and punishment, that teaches us struggle and sacrifice, that teaches us hard work gets results, that is going to show up in the way we treat our body later in life. And reinforced by then hustle culture, this is going to show up in our business and our career. We are then going to see things like, I don't deserve success because I don't have enough followers. I haven't earned this money, so therefore I will overgive, I will over-explain, I will overperform. This was too easy. And then we will reject things that we say we want because they don't feel normal, because we're caught in this cycle of reward and punishment. And this is where lots of women will make their business way too hard for themselves. They will tell stories about how many hours they have to work, or they have to get up at fucking 5 a.m., or they have to do a 17-step morning routine because they have to believe they have to earn their worth in business. So what then happens is they either get stuck at an income level because they literally cannot work any harder, or they are working so hard because they want more money, they want a bigger business, and they burn themselves out over and over and over and over again. And if you're a highly sensitive and neurospicy human, you are going to feel all of these things intensified. You are going to feel the reward intensified from the dopamine. You're going to feel the punishment intensified from the feelings. You're going to feel this hard work, struggle, sacrifice from the pressure. And this is why so many highly sensitive and neurospicy women burn out over and over and over and over, because they're caught in this bullshit narrative of reward and punishment in business. Me getting clients is not a reward for making good Instagram posts, right? Me actually delivering and getting great client results is not a reward for being a good girl and doing all my studies. These are results that I have created, not that I have earned. And one of the things I'm really trying to help clients and people I know and my family and everyone move away from is this concept of earning. We are born intrinsically worthy. We are born these perfect little human beings. No matter how we're born, no matter what we're born with, we are born as these perfect little blank slate souls. Now, I absolutely believe in generational trauma. I absolutely believe in generational and familial programming. But what I mean is, no one looks at this tiny baby and says, you're not worthy, you're not deserving, you don't earn it, you're going to have to earn all your success. We look at them and think they can be anything they want to be. They can do anything they desire. But then they go into this bullshit narrative of you have to work hard to create success. You have to work hard to get results. If you don't get your rewards, then you'll be punished. And we wonder why we are all exhausted, burnt out, wondering why we keep getting stuck at the same income levels, because whether consciously or unconsciously, you are believing there will be a reward or a punishment, there will be a struggle and a sacrifice, and sometimes there are sacrifices that we are just fucking unwilling to make. But what about if we just became unwilling to sacrifice full stop? What about if we just stopped sacrificing energy and time and our capacity and our desires, and we stopped giving anything up to get? We just said, right, this is what I want. So you set a money goal, you set a body goal, you set a business goal, and I am worthy of it. Now, what do I need to do to create it? Not what do I need to do to earn it, not what do I need to do to become deserving it, not what do I need to do to get the reward, right? Or if I don't do, I'll get punished. What do I need to do to create it? And so I would urge you, first of all, if you do nothing else off the back of this podcast, is to sit with yourself and remove the word earning and deserving from your fucking vocabulary. Because we do not earn or deserve anything. There is no like whiteboard or pinboard in the sky that says you, dear listener, cannot achieve all these things because you do not deserve them. Bollocks. Bollocks, right? You can create anything you desire. You are a powerful creator in this divine, magical fucking universe. But if you keep telling, whether they're consciously or unconsciously, stories that you don't deserve it, that you have to earn it, and that struggle and sacrifice are required, it won't matter how much you want ease. It won't matter how relaxed you want to be. It won't matter how much you want to fucking manifest and be delusional. You will not receive them because it will not be safe. Because when we believe we have to struggle and sacrifice and give up to get, that is what we will get. So when you switch this language, you start with the desire. You say, okay, this is my desire. My desire is this. We take the desire. We know that we're worthy of it. That becomes intrinsic. That becomes fucking known. That just becomes a done fucking deal. What do I need to do to create it? That becomes about practical strategy. That becomes about energetic alignment. And that becomes about real, inner, deep healing and development work, right? And we move away from this struggle, sacrifice, perform, prove, next. Because if we know we're intrinsically worthy of the body, of the business, of the result, if we know that, if we desire it, and I truly believe if it's on your heart, if you desire it, not everyone has the same desires, not everybody wants the same things. So if it's on your heart and you deeply desire it, right, and a great sense check question for you is this: which part of me desires it? Is it the part of me that wants it for me, or is it the part of me that wants other people to see me have it? When you've asked yourself that question and got clear that the desire is for you, you decide you are intrinsically worthy, there is no deserving or earning to be had. What do you need to practically, energetically, mentally, and emotionally do to create it? And this is where the deep inner work that I do with clients comes in, helping highly sensitive, neurospicy, particularly entrepreneurs, corporate women, but sometimes some stay-at-home mama bears, actually know their inner worth, know their inner deserving, know this about themselves. Because if you are proving, performing, pleasing, struggling, sacrificing, deserving, and earning, my love, somewhere in there unconsciously, you have patterns of, I need to be useful, it's not safe to relax, it's not safe to be me, I need to struggle. And this is the magic of the work I do with clients, is in that work that we do together over that 4-month container, that 4-month space, is we shift these beliefs at the root so they are simply no longer true. And from there, elevating and rising into your next level just fucking happens, right? But what's happening with women is they're getting caught into this bullshit story that they don't have willpower, they don't have discipline, that they're not sacrificing or struggling enough, whether it's in body or business, and then they're dropping into this energy of shame and shutdown, resting, recuperating, or burning out, and then they're going, okay, let's go again, trying to use a burst of this willpower, discipline, struggle, and sacrifice, reaching a point where they don't get the results because the unconscious programming is still here, right? And then they slide all the way back to the beginning, and they keep repeating this cycle. And that's why women regain and lose the same weight, why they regain and lose the same amount of money, why you end up in the same spot over and over and over with your business, even if you change the business. Because trust me, I did this twice. It's only when you shift the unconscious programming, you shift the beliefs about who you are on a deep identity and nervous system level to overwrite this good girl wounding and conditioning, that's when the game fucking changes. And this is the magic of the work I do with clients. Now, right now, if you're like, okay, Lucy, I'm ready for this, I'm ready to get to the root, I'm done with this bullshit, you can get my root cause roadmap. It's the 4 stages I walk women through in the 4 months we work together to help them go from knowing what these crazy problems are to actually growing through them. And you can get that by going to lucysuperfox.com/roadmap. Now, right now, if you are listening to this as a highly sensitive, neurospicy entrepreneur or woman who is building a big career for yourself, then right now I would sense check with the aligned business audit. Now, in this audit, I ask you these 7 questions that every entrepreneur or business owner needs to ask themselves to check whether they are building a business that's aligned, a business that gives more than it gets, a business that is not about proving, performing, and pleasing, and is actually about being, existing, and expressing, and checking the 2. Because right now, that good girl conditioning could be showing up in your business without you even knowing it, leaving that little chip off the old shoulder and leaving you in this proving and performing and hustling mode. So to get the aligned business audit, the 7 questions every business owner needs to ask themselves to avoid building a burnout business and to move in the direction of your desires and dreams, you can go to lucysuperfox.com/audit and get that there. Because here is the thing. Good girl conditioning and good girl wounding is showing up in the diet industry, the hustle culture industry, in personal development, in business strategy, and it is burning highly sensitive and neurospicy women out. It is teaching you that you have to earn your worth, that you have to be deserving, that you have to either get rewarded or punished, and that the requirement is struggle, sacrifice, and giving something up to get. And it's total fucking bollocks. Our job is to become an energetic, mental, emotional, and practical match for our desires. And when we do that, we will create the results. We will create the environment. We will create the business and the body of our dreams and desires when we truly know and believe at a conscious and unconscious level that we have always been and will always be deeply worthy of it. So if good girl conditioning has got you, you can get my 4-part root cause roadmap at lucysuperfox.com/roadmap or the aligned business audit at lucysuperfox.com/audit. I hope you loved this episode as much as I absolutely loved ranting it with you. And please feel free to like, subscribe, and share this with anyone you know might resonate. Any questions, as always, you can fire them at lucy@lucysuperfox.com, and I'll see you on the next episode.